Welcome to the series on chaos destruction. In this video, we'll be looking at various fracturing techniques you can employ to create realistic-looking fractures for wood-based assets. Links to the epic documentation are in the description below. So let's get started. Okay, in my scene, I have a simple wooden fence panel mesh that I converted to a geometry collection. For wood, there are two fracture techniques I will be showing you, and they can be used on their own, or you can combine them to get even more variation in your fractured pieces. The first one creates shards of wood pieces, and is useful if you're just looking to generate a large quantity of wood fragments in your simulation. This also works if your wood fragments will be a distance away from your camera, and you don't need a lot of detail per fragment. So select your fence geometry collection, then go to the Details panel. The first step is to scale down your geometry collection along the wood grain. So in this example, it will be along the Z-axis. Reducing it down to around 80 to 90% works best. I'm going to go with 80%, so I'll enter 0.2 in the Z-axis. Next, select the Uniform Fracture tool. The Cluster tool will work for this also, but it will also generate a lot of very small wood pieces, which may not be what you want. I'm going to set my random seed to 1. This way I can reproduce this pattern if I need to. Then click Fracture. Go back to the Details panel and reset the Z-scale back to 1. Now explode out your geometry collection so you can see what it generated. This looks good. Let's run the simulation. As you can see with this method, you get a lot of wood fragments with moderate detail that look pretty good from a distance. So if you have a game where you're blowing stuff up or crashing a car through, this type of fracture process might be good enough. Let's move on to the second technique for wood fractures. Select your geometry collection and reset it to remove all the previous fractures. Now select the Planar tool. And just make sure it's positioned in the center of the fence and perpendicular to the wood grain. Next, we're going to use noise to create the splintered ends you typically see with exploded pieces of wood. In the noise section, set amplitude to 50. The higher the value, the more spiky the cut ends will be. Set frequency to 0.3 just to add a touch of space between the spikes. Then set point spacing to 2. This will give us more resolution in this area of our geometry collection. Then click Fracture. Next, select the Interactive Selection tool and select the fractures at the top of the fence. Select the Planar tool again and move it up towards the edge of the fence. All of our original settings are still in place, so just click Fracture. Now repeat this process with the bottom half of the fence. Then explode it out to see how it looks. You can see the splintered ends created by our noise settings. Let's see how it looks in the simulation. As you can see, this technique adds more detail to your wood fragments. Stop the simulation and reset your geometry collection to remove all the fractures. Now let's combine both techniques to see what we get. First, we'll scale down our fence panel along the wood grain by 80%. Okay, next we'll apply our uniform fracture. It's important that you first reset the noise settings to their default values. Then click Fracture and reset the scale value on your geometry collection. Now select the planar tool and reapply our noise settings. Then make our center cut in the fence panel. Select the top edge boards and move your planar tool to the top edge and make your cut. Then repeat this for the bottom edge boards. Let's run the simulation and see how it looks. This looks pretty good. We have a decent quantity of fragments, and we have the splintered ends with them also. I do have one final tip for you. If you notice that the ends of your splintered cuts look a little bit on the smooth side, it could be an issue with the normals. To fix this, select your entire geometry collection. Then go to the Utilities section and select Normals. Enable Recompute Sharp Edges and set Sharp Edge Angle Threshold to 15. Then click Recompute to fix up the normals. And that concludes this tutorial on techniques for realistic wood fractures. If you found this video helpful, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you in the next video.